Hey, there we go. I'm looking over
Evening.
here. I'm over there. I'm all over the place today. And how are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. Here we are on a Taco Tuesday.
It would be Taco Tuesday if it was Tuesday.
Yeah, it would be. It's Wednesday.
Except it's what
Yeah.
what W?
Yeah. Weird Wednesday. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah.
Whataburger Wednesday. If you've got
Oh,
Whataburgers wherever you're at.
Tell me you live in Texas without telling me you live in Texas.
Hey, you got Whataburgers in Florida. You just don't have them all over the place.
Do we have them here? Are they up north? Maybe.
Yeah, they're up north. But anyways, here we are. So as we're heading into the countdown for Serious Viking.
Yeah.
So they're Wing. Okay, Bubba. I love the comments. He saved us. Wing Wednesday.
Wiener Wednesday.
Wing Wednesday.
3 times
I love
he shows
it.
up.
From the,
Wing
from
Wednesday.
the Air Force guy,
Wiener.
no less. Wiener, yeah. If you were living where I live, Wiener Schnitzel Wednesday. But no. So here we are, man. A lot of stuff to talk about in terms of Serious Viking, what Guardian Center has asked us to do for them, what we're doing, what in relation to the scenario, Tier 1, post-flight mission, post-helicopter flight mission, everything that'll happen. You've got the exclusive tonight. All the questions will be answered. And then for someone who will give us a number between 1 and 25, they'll win a golden ticket while they're on the show tonight.
I need to post that somewhere. I mean,
yes.
Guys, anybody in the anybody watching in the chat, anything like that, post that out there. Let everybody chime into the chat. Pick a number between 1 and 25, and you win a golden ticket. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So first off, man, hey, how was your Thanksgiving?
Nice. Quiet, slow, nice. I actually made the first turkey I've ever made in my life. I normally make ham, not a huge. Sure. Now they chime in. Jumped right in with numbers. And Colt on point with a 26. I made the first turkey I ever made in my life. Nice dry rub on it. So there we go. BG, how are you, buddy?
Wow. Bill Gary, 17. Todd Bingham, 21. Yep. Okay, I like
keep track of those.
So
how about you? How was things down
doing
there?
All, we spent time with the family. Just had it here in the house. Not doing a whole lot. On the march, we had our annual veterans hike. We did it this past weekend in Pedernales Falls State Park in the Texas Hill Country. Godfather planned and executed it to perfection. Made T-bone steaks for all the guys that went.
Wow.
We've been doing this hike for 10 years now.
Really?
We started in 2015, and we've been doing it every year. You recognize a lot of faces. A lot of them are TCA staff. And then we always talk about what's coming up. Like, hey, what are we doing this following year? Yeah, I said, well, let's talk about Serious Viking, what we're doing.
Hey,
and then we talked about Iron Fury.
What MOS was Dale?
Yeah.
Let me interrupt. What MOS was Dale? Because
Dale?
I don't know that he understands
Dale was
numbers.
Who? Dale? We're talking Dale? Dolly?
Let's see. Dale's got a 99 in there. He's got a negative 18.
Wow.
He's got 1,020. He's so close. He's really almost. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt for that. He's killing me with
Dale is a duck hunter. He is a air defense artillery guy. Dale
so he should be good with numbers. He should be able to figure those out.
Throwing things in the air.
So you were saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Bill Gary.
That was killing me.
No, just reading it. Bill Gary, super excited to play another chance to play at Guardian Center. Yeah, man. So, good. Well, the comments displayed there. Yes. 26 for Salvador Zuniga wear out date. Yes. Dale Papka, 1025. 69. Way to go, Dale. I'm looking at the Dead End Outfitters comments over here. I got Emma Ruby 18, Bill Gary 17, Todd Bingham 21. So yeah, we're kind of watching two screens. And so okay, so we'll right into it. Guardian Center has asked us to provide 200 role players for a riot film that they want to do on Friday. And I'm like, yeah, we can give. Hey, Laz, what's going on?
Laz, what's up, buddy?
We can provide 2 role players, but it's got to be the right 200 players. So the guys who are like, hey, Sal, I want to, hurry up, get checked in, support this thing. Awesome. And I'll drop a link to let us know that you are 100% in. Don't sign up for this thing and then you guys can't make it.
Right.
So, this is separate from the event, but if you can arrive early, we will open up camping early Thursday night in the Grove on Thursday night. So that way folks that are going to arrive, camp, get up in the morning, put themselves put together, then they can go and support Guardian Center's filming of a riot. Don't show up in kit. You got to look like a civilian rioter. So go look at, what does Antifa look like? What is, don't come out looking like a flannel daddy, because that's not what they're wearing to riots these days, I guess. They're doing a civil disturbance operation promo film. And so they're looking for 200 rioters.
Some kind of woke folk style dress?
Street clothes, okay. Of course, most of our players probably wear grunt style shirts all the damn time, and 511s. So it's like,
It's an Abercrombie hoodie, you'll be okay.
Yeah, I think an Abercrombie and Fitch hoodie, and guys are like, oh God, I will never, whatever, man. Look, just go to Goodwill.
There you go. Yep.
But we're going to take the first 200 players that are interested in supporting it. There is some other stuff going on Wednesday and Thursday that we are being very selective as to who has to come out and support. Thank you, Dale. Focus on U.S. civil disturbance operations, not overseas. Do not show up in a burqa. It would not be seen on the streets of Atlanta, or maybe. Anyway, so that's that. And so, all right.
This is crazy exciting too, by the way. Super cool. Really, the idea of it is really cool. When you told me about it, I think that's awesome. Being able to use it's one more little thing that these guys that normally we just get out there and shoot BBs at each other get the opportunity to be a part of. So that's really, really cool.
Yeah. I don't think it's awesome that they trust, it's like, hey, I think I got to reach out to Beowulf. We've got some other stuff going on. So I've reached out to your guys as well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be there quite a bit that week, and then we've got Sam. I don't know what he's posting. Objective. Very well then. So Friday, typical will open else that's not participating, because if you're not there early in the morning Friday, Thursday night to support the Friday riot. Once we hit 200 participants, and it's not us guiding that thing, by the way. It's a film project. They are going to, direct, produce. It is 100% Guardian Center. So it is not a Third Coast Airsoft production. It is a Guardian Center promotional video for civil disturbance operations. So if you in a movie, here's your shot, but you've literally be able to listen, learn, take direction, and no one wants to know your pedigree.
And commit to it. Commit to it. Commit
to it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna drop us at thirdcoastairsoft.com and say, Sal, I'm in. Great, you better be there. I give a list of names, and then we're gonna check that list after the film production's over, and we're gonna give you guys a little an appreciation gift. So why don't you give us the appreciation gift up front? Because
you're not stupid. That's why better than that.
I was created at night, but not last night. Okay, So there's that. Making a list, checking it twice. Lucky, we got to talk. You are definitely involved in the CDO film. We'll talk later. Anyways, okay. So Serious Viking. So Serious Viking happening that Friday. Show up. We'll have the gate open. Camping is free as always out in the Grove. No Colt. I'm not the seal.
No.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Yep.
Yeah. So camping will be open and available. It's free. Primitive camping, no power, no electricity. Of course, there'll be porta potties there for those that need those things. We will have yourself, promo table, vendor row, sponsor row will be set up there. Airsoft Junkies will be there. On the Go Surplus will be there. Dead End Outfitters will have a table displaying the D-Hop, maybe a test fire range so you can show people the quality that D-Hop brings.
Good idea. I think that'd be. I want to do that.
Yeah, I think having demonstrations. I know Wolverine Airsoft has asked us in the past. MOS will be there. G&G is going to be there. So we're going to have a lot of the sponsor area filled with sponsors because it is the World Cup of Airsoft when we're at the Guardian Center. And then around 1600, Paul will come in. Airborne Tactical Training Solutions will come in with his little bird and land. So, and then we got the Tier 1. So you imagine they're filming this civil disturbance operation thing on Friday during the day. We've got our event check-in going on like we usually do. Everyone's, going through vendor and sponsor row. Core Night Vision will be there. This is one of those ops where you're going to really want eyes at night. So Steve Walls will be there doing his thing with Night Vision Rentals. So
do you know what he rents them for? Do you know what the rental is by any chance?
I don't. I sadly do not. But again, go to Core Night Vision and he'll get that out there to him. Yeah. And then we've even got a thermal optic company interested in coming out with their small profile thermals.
Oh, really?
And let's scroll for that for a second. We'll scroll down that whole 200. Sam, one of the guys was going to hit me.
There you go for the whole weekend too. That is. Let's see, what is that? 10th. That's a fifth of the price if you wanted to buy your own, roughly.
A tenth.
That's about where it starts. A fifth of the price of if you wanted to go buy your own. Doc, would you pay for yours? $6,500.
He goes, is my wife watching this? No, I'm not going to say anything.
Most of the cars I've owned in my life don't total to $6,500.
No, $2,500 per unit. Thanks. Sam is on it tonight, man.
Look at you. Okay.
So, we have a thermal optics company that's thinking of coming out as well. Bill Garrett, yes.
Yeah.
So we'll scroll down that rat hole for a little bit. Small railed thermal optics are really coming out, and they are really showing off what they can do in terms of passive optics. Detection is always great. Mm-hmm. You can I know Junkies has got thermals. He's got a camera that he can pan. Excellent sensor. You got the drone. Infotac is the sponsor coming on board. The one thing that I always tell folks, it's a tool like anything else, right? Mm-hmm. Nods, you got to have a laser. I see guys wearing nods, and if they don't have some kind of laser on their weapon system, then that's not that they're useless. It's just that at that point, your night vision is a means to get you somewhere.
Right.
And then once you're where you need to be, it's kind of like, all right, and then you go. If you know someone who has a laser on the weapon and they've somewhat zeroed the laser,
it's sighted in. Yep.
Yeah, then they can keep the optic down and they can do work. When you see a guy with thermals, you're kind of like, There are some thermal optics that are weapon mounted that are ideal. And of course, with real bullets, you have a hot thing going down range. I did help the guys from Unit 91 pioneer the electric hand warmers on the box magazine.
Oh,
So
really?
you can warm your BBs up, and you can see the hot rocks going down range.
I was gonna say, you and
I
I
was like,
both, I've been having this argument for, 25 years of people. There's a difference between night vision and thermal. On tanks,
yes,
your primary sight is thermal, means you're using it during the day, not just at night. You're using it during the day as
right.
well because it
Yeah,
sees
nobody.
heat.
Yeah, nobody on a tank uses goes analog during the day,
No,
unless your thermal's down.
right.
Yeah, I like thermals on my tank because I could see out to 4,000 meters.
Yep.
And I think that's really the now you're seeing the smaller form factor getting mounted on top of a rifle. Um, so
Look at that.
you can either heat the BBs up or you hope the BBs are really cold and you put the system in white hot or black hot. So I've always it's awesome to see people apply the technology, and then you really get a kick out of it when you see stuff happening on a battlefield in Eastern Europe that started in airsoft, and you go, huh, how about that? So it'll be awesome to have Infotac come on board with their small form factor and very affordable thermal.
That's cool. Yeah. No, that's
Sam
really, really cool.
Sam can't keep them on the shelf. So they're flying off the shelf pretty quick, and I think we'll see a lot more of them in the days ahead because as they come down in price, I think you can get a good one for about $699. So yeah, and it's weapon mounted.
Wow.
So where you're looking is where you're going to be shooting.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
all right. So Friday Tier 1. I know I had some questions. Green is already sold out. Green platoon is completely sold out. Gold platoon has probably somewhere around 15 slots left, 10 to 15. I'll have to go back and look. If you didn't get in on green, the question that came up this week was, can me and my guys buy gold? Yes, totally. You're just going to be running in that platoon.
Yep.
We don't do faction specific. We have platoons for the sake of organization.
I saw a question pop up. Somebody had asked, and I know the answer. I'm just throwing it out there. Was hey, if
Sure.
I think you said this, if I bought a ticket for green, I can go any other color for the tier 1. I don't have to abide by my color of ticket. Yeah,
Right.
I knew the answer to that. I wanted to make sure we made that clear as well, though.
Yeah. And that just means that the player's super excited. He's like, oh my God, me and my guys want to sign up. Oh, wait, there's not enough tickets. Go into gold. And sorry, Western, you got some Eastern guys that want to jump into Western, into gold platoon. I think in the future, coach is probably going to have the platoons numbered: first platoon tier 1, second platoon tier 1, and we'll see what happens next.
Are you seeing an uptick in people coming to doing the tier 1 now? Are you seeing that?
Yeah,
increase?
for a while we saw it kind of dip off.
Yeah,
and the coach was kind of like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then we kind of realized that no, it was just wax and wanes, right? We saw it really pick up at Iron Fury. Put guys on boats, guys go crazy.
I want to talk a little bit throughout this. Not right now. I want to get
Sure.
through this part, but I wanted to pick your brain and put it out there. Put it into chat as well. A little bit about the waxing wane, the dip that we went through, and all that, because it was a real thing.
It is.
We'll come back at that though. I wanted to throw it out there, so
Yeah,
stick around, guys, because that's a conversation I want everybody to have with us.
Yeah. Lucky's on it. You can learn a lot from the tier 1. A lot of folks also realize that tier 1s are a teaching tool.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing that when coach created them back in late 15, early 16, it's a long time ago. The tier 1 was designed to be a teaching exposure. Like, we're not going to train you how to be a tier 1 operator, but we're at least going to expose you to some basics. A good friend of mine said elite units don't do anything differently. They just do the basics to a high standard. And that stuck with me in my career where it was like, wow, okay, you guys just do the basics to a high standard. Go figure.
Why they're the
They don't,
basics? Because they work.
yeah, they work and they just get it down to a fine lucky. Plus, it doesn't love pyro door breaches and major explosions.
Fair enough.
Yes. I know the guys at Starburst had their world rocked. So did Kukui when that poor young operator cut the wrong wire on the bomb defusal.
Oh no!
Yeah, we're gonna put that video up this week
That's awesome.
because that was awesome. He was 1 minute he's there cutting, the next minute he's on the floor going, "Holy crap!" So again, awesome. And plus door breaching. We are going to use the subway station as part of the tier 1.
Awesome.
So we actually, so we got it back. Everybody, you heard it here first on the End of Airsoft podcast. We've got it back. We got the subway station back.
I don't. You got it. You should talk a little bit about that because I know, like, I know that there's people going that have been to Guardian Center, 15, 16 times. I'm sure. But there's people that are going that may have only been one last time or maybe twice the most, and haven't had a chance to make that whole side of the AO. And there's if you haven't been there, getting down in there. I mean, I went through the tunnels where even I had to crouch.
Yeah.
You talk about a little bit of realism. You start getting that sense of I can't see anything. I'm in the middle between both ends. And if this fight starts here, like there's areas like that where, that's
So when we talk about the subway, we usually have the use of the subway. We will this time. We have the use of the car tunnels, which is crucial. Western, Eastern, it does not matter. Getting into the car tunnels, we're going to have the bay doors open this year so that way the technicals can actually use the car tunnels to get around. Evening, Jason Tom. How you doing? So to be able to get to the subway station and use the subway station this year, we have not been able to be there since 2017. So, just because other event producers have had a hard time with damage, or it's being used for training, or it's constantly unavailable to us. This time around, it was like, hey, you help us with the civil disturbance promo video, we'll let you guys use the subway station. And I went, I think we can support you. The player base will respond. So yeah. So
same to you, Jason.
Same to you, Jason, man. I hope Dad made a very good turkey. If not, ham is always great. Anyway, so so getting to the piece of it, we're going to use the subway station for part of the tier 1, not all of it, because Coach has a great plan on using a lot of the AO. We had steak instead. Yeah, that's a new thing. People actually doing steak for Thanksgiving now. In Texas, we do brisket, but whatever. So, you're gonna hunt a turkey or a bison? Fuck it. So the post helicopter flight mission, without giving away too much. So when you when you join as air crew on the helicopter, and Paul's going to fly you around the AO, and you're going to engage targets. Both sides are working on getting communications enabled to the crew that's on the helicopter. So when they are about to take off, they can show something to the pilot and go here, and then the pilot can be more like he's going to take them in that area. I was like both sides are really like working that piece to get Paul more involved in terms of where the helo is going to do the most effect for him.
So it's not so much just, hey, I get to ride on a helicopter and shoot BBs out the door anymore. You're becoming part of the event, part of the actual engagement.
And so we are very very careful and cautious. It's not a helicopter ride; it's a helicopter mission. They're part of the air crew, and we've always tried to get that more, get that mindset of, hey guys, don't just sit there and go,
Hey, Warden, how's it going, bud?
wave to players as you're sitting on the freaking, the bench.
Yeah.
Do something for your faction. We're working with a sponsor to sponsor the helo in terms of put your weapon, leave it at the LZ, use this. We're working with a couple of sponsors to see if they're willing to come on board and do that. We said, hey, we'd really like 4 machine guns, and they were like, we'll work on that. So we're waiting to see what happens there. So you'll do the helicopter support mission. You'll land. You'll link up with a unit in trouble, and then you'll have to execute a post-flight mission that'll take you inside the subway station. So little bit of exciting stuff.
Little 1980s Navy SEALs. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, and then we've got some awesome fragos added to the main event that players will see in the evening and on Sunday as well, where hostage rescue comes into play, where each side will be given the opportunity to rescue hostages to put extra points on the board. Wow. So no man's land between the Warno 1's already out there. The map is already out there with all the assembly areas and the objective areas marked. So this will add one more dynamic to the game that is mil sim, that is combat simulation, because what we're seeing on a battlefield in both Syria, both over in Eastern Europe, you've got civilians caught in the war zone, and both sides are trying to achieve a propaganda victory. So we're bringing that from the headlines and putting it on the TCA battlefield. And so that's a piece. We may have a peace envoy that got in trouble. They were there trying. Jimmy Carter was dug up, and he's trying to bring peace to the region, and there is no peace. So now both sides are trying to claim a propaganda victory by potentially rescuing him and his entourage. So that'll be on the battlefield as well. We're working on some tweaks with the Cerberus system. I can't say too much about it until it's done. So, again, 26, blowing the doors off in terms of getting in there.
Let me help translate a little here.
Sure.
This is not a big TDM, guys.
No.
There's so much. If you didn't catch all that, there's so much more going on from land to air and back.
Yeah.
Like you said, fragos with having to essentially hostage rescue. You're talking about capturing VIP capture amongst everything else that you already do.
Right.
These are new add-ons. This is even more, and bringing all that into play. Like you said, there's been this over 2025. It was funny because this whole past year has just been who's real Milsim. That was it was the theme of 2025, and it's not that. I mean, anybody that plays, everybody claims one thing or another, Milsim, Chilsim, whatever you want to call it,
right?
All these different things. But you made the decision to go, okay, well, let's add some more, sim to it, add some more mil to the sim, and without going crazy. And then you gave the options of, hey, by the way, here's this one version where you really want to be on the field for the whole time. Here you go. We're going to do it. This is your 24-hour. Or you could be over here and do this one over here. But you're throwing all of these add-ons to it, which, by the way, I know is not easy to do in the state of the fiscal affairs that some people are having. Prices going up and people's wallets are thinning out some. You're still like, more bang for the buck. Then let's give them what we can.
Building value into it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So getting back to the I'm going to let people know in a little secret. We in the business, and actually the military business, we hate the word milsim. It's cringy. Surprise.
No.
No. When I go to places like the National Training Center or the Joint Readiness Training Center or the Joint Multinational Readiness Center in Europe, or the all the CTCs, the combat training centers, where units in the military go force on force. We try. And this is for Coach. We don't simulate anything. We try to get it as real as we can, because tough, realistic training builds good habits. Bullshit, unrealistic training will give you unrealistic expectations. That's the reason why Coach, if you ever ask him, he fucking hates blanks, because it gives you a false sense of reality.
Right. Yep.
Laser tag, all you gotta do is pop smoke. No one's gonna get shot. Versus BBs flying through the air, cutting through smoke. And so lucky you must be reading from my notes. We like the term combat simulation. Me and Dave Cardenas, who owns Centurion, I give him a lot of credit, because he was like, "Hey, Sal, we simulate combat." And I went, "Oh, yes, that's exactly what we do. We simulate combat as much as possible." So CSIM, combat sim, combat simulation, that kind of mil sim, it's like, okay, you guys want to simulate military stuff, go guard that gate over there. Go hang out in the woods for 9 hours.
We're gonna start the day off with some PT, and then you're gonna do a police call.
Go police, hands across the desert. Go find the colonel's weapon. Go hey, get some diesel. We got to burn the latrine shit. We can do all those things.
Yeah.
But let's not kid ourselves. Guys did not pay good money to come to an event and not get their gun on. And so we've created the conditions for combat simulation. Everything from pew 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 to calling for artillery to calling for airstrikes. I know everybody's like, man, bullshit. I'm like, hey guys, the fact that something other than a BB can kill you on the TCA battlefield lets you know that we are edging towards combined arms.
Yep.
From it being a drone dropping something on you. Gee, where do you see that at? Oh, Eastern Europe.
Yep.
You saw it in Syria. Now you're seeing it. Seeing it in Eastern Europe, where the front is paralyzed. William Kegel, go pick up all the rocks in this area.
Iron Knife was a great example of that. The next iteration. It was really the first time I got to see it, but I think that was the first time we had it in such mass quantity. All of the drones, everything.
Dude, I would tell you that Iron Knife was the first time that we truly synchronized assets. Yeah. It wasn't like, oh, well, let's fly a drone over there and drop munitions.
ISR was on point. Yeah.
Yes,
it was a part of the battlefield and part of the plan.
Yes. It was a detect, decide, deliver, and determine. So, the 4Ds and concept, that's when we were actually we were cross-queuing assets. We're using ISR to not only do indirect fires, but actually guide troops on the ground, and even resupplying troops on the ground. Hey, you need more medical supplies. They flew it in.
Yeah, and bless the guys that are running them, by the way, because some of you guys are like, there's no way I would ever go to a milsim and not play. These guys were at the top, the whole time, running through their batteries, but this is what they did. This is how they wanted to play, and they were happy to do it. It wasn't like they didn't off. They absolutely wanted to do it, and watching their interaction, and then it became a full part of your interaction, going through the talk, out to the battlefield, coming back, part of the game plan, shifting forces, all because you had these pieces there. If you're really wanting that combat sim, take your time and be a part of that. Be a part of that piece. Put your gun down and go be a part of that piece. Yeah.
Or if you got, it's like, hey, I need to take a breather. Go hang out in the talk. Go walk in the talk and go find out what's going on. You go, oh man, I really can't run around and do my own thing. Where do you we had players that came in and go, oh shit, really? Where do you want us now? They achieved that buy-in that SNCC really coined as like, hey man, get that buy-in going.
Yep.
Colt or FPV drones are allowed, not during helicopter operations. And we'll come back around to that here in a minute. We've got to deconflict airspace between the helicopter, which flies for about 4 hours on Saturday. You can't just launch drones. Artillery, we now have mortar systems. We're proud to be the first national producer to bring in the TLS-FX mortar. And it's not us doing it. It's not the cadre doing it. It's the players doing it. We train the players on how to use the system effectively. And then they're off to the races after that. To train Wiener, Mark, Ruby, I think it was Justin, to have them, Toucan, to have them be our first inaugural player motor cruise or motor section, and to have the first round land on the front porch of the target house, and the second round landing in the marketplace, and then the following rounds landing on target. It validated our training methodology. And then when we trained other players the next day at Gladius, we weren't around. They were dropping rounds all by themselves, and they were effective.
That's awesome.
So, our plan is to keep bringing those to the events, ultimately sell them, so that way they can be used at whatever event allows them to use them.
Get them more integrated into the fight for sure.
Yeah.
You're lucky up there. He's supporting what you were saying before about the buy-in.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about it too. Absolutely pretend hard, get in, and yes, you paid for your ticket. Great, fantastic. You and 400 other guys paid for their tickets. But if you all played as a bunch of individuals, it would suck. You would hate it.
Yes.
You'd be mad. Come play, pretend hard, act as if, and I guarantee it without fail every single time I've seen it done. Even when I've come across guys who were randoms and come over here, and then they're getting antsy. I'm like, stand by, wait. Here's our mission. We go take care of the mission, and then you see how much it pushes the whole rest of the force. That you feel it. You feel different about the game when
right. And I think Iron Knife, the guys who were involved, who stayed involved at Iron Knife, had a great game. The guys who took off to Huddle House and didn't come back until Sunday morning, it was like, I'm sorry, I can't help you, man. You should have realized you were coming to a nonstop event. No, we don't do nonstop events very often because it is a, to coin the phrase, a motherfucker to the staff. And some players like it, some players don't. Yeah. But I'll give you this, okay? Serious Viking. Round 1 starts at 11 o'clock and it goes to 1600. Okay. What local field does 5-hour skirmishes? No, none. None of them do.
Yeah.
Now, mini mil sims, sure, okay, but most people are playing 5-minute rounds.
Yep.
Maybe an hour.
Yep.
Okay. And then you add on inside those 5 hours, you're ducking enemy drones. Okay, you're ducking BBs getting shot at you. If you're really effective, someone's going to kill you with something other than a BB. Airstrike, artillery, mortars. A vehicle may run by and just shoot you. Okay.
Top waiting for that 48 hours. No, sir.
A lot of people don't remember. There used to be one that was done. It started in the late 90s, and then it transitioned to Airsoft, and it went East Wind. It was a week long, and they simulated, 1980s.
Good Lord.
It was like Fulda Gap on steroids. I mean, you lived in the field for a week. I want to say it was East Wind. Anyways, no. Antonio, someday, bro. We all go see the big BB and I. So, then you take a break. Why do you got to have a break? You have to have a break because you've been in sustained contact for 5 hours. Yeah. You need 2 hours to rest, reload, hydrate, get ready for the next one. Swap BBs, get over to junkies, get your air refilled, digest lessons learned, and get ready.
And do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a quick one on that because we saw it big at Fury. No, what was Hibernia? Was Knife?
Yeah,
No,
Fury.
Fury. Where it was the guys came off to eat. You know, it was a pause X. It wasn't an end X.
Right.
But if this is where it starts and this is where it stops, and you think you're going to be hungry, thirsty, or whatever you got to do in between, bring it on the field. Keep it on the field. Bring it with you. Eat a Snickers, and you're off and going. Whatever it is you got to do it there. Do it
Right.
quick. Again, back to the buy-in. Back to the pretend hard. You came to this event. You knew, as long as you knew what you were getting into, do the whole thing. It hurts you and everybody else if you don't follow the guidelines. Not about following the rules. It's the guidelines to make the event successful. Go on at 11, great. What 13:30 rolls around, don't be like, I'm going to get a sandwich. No, because you left. 3 other people saw you leave, and 10 others came with them, and now you lost at least a platoon, if not more, because other people followed. And by the way, now you're hanging out in the parking lot. You're not going right back in, and then you look down at your watch, and it's 3:30, and it's 50, and oh well, we only got a half hour till it's done. Well,
Right.
no, but now you lost all of that gameplay.
Right.
Go on, play, run, do it until that ends. Yep, until that ends.
Yeah. Get a ride before Start X to your Alpha. Drop off your assault pack. I have, this is awesome. This is a great segue. We have something for everybody. Okay. If you like playing chess and you're an older guy, okay, older as in not age, but as in injuries, because you can be a young dude and be broken off. And you're like, hey, Sal, I think being in the command post is something I want to do. I had a wonderful young man that was down with the heat at Starburst. He shows up and he was like, hey, I think I'm done. I'm going to go back to the hotel. I'm like, the hell you are. Drink some water. Get over here and man the radios.
Yep.
Answer the radio for me. Plot stuff on a map. And my XO at the time, Captain Zap, he's got a bad knee. He's recovering from a torn meniscus. And so it's like, hey, Zap's here. Young man is there. Young man will not touch the radio. He was like, I have a fear of I have anxiety. I was like, dude, no one can see your face. Just push the button and ask for information. I'll give it to you. Afterwards, he was like, I want to do this all the time. I was like, There you go. So you have the guys in the command post. Then you got guys that have vehicles, man, like Third Coast and technicals, dude. Let me be in the technical and I will drive that mug gun, what have you. And then if you get a good crew like junkies, man, they are a well-oiled machine when it comes to a vehicle crew. Now you've got guys that are buying Humvees because it's like, hey, this is Sal, you're not going to change your rules and never not allow technicals. I'm like, no, man, we think they add something to the field. So yes, they're very much to stay, especially when it's a Humvee or a tracked vehicle.
I'm working on that one. I'm working on that.
So you got the guys in the vehicles. Then you got the young cats that really want to be like in the weeds, kicking Mustang style sniper, right? Hey, they want to use the radio and they want to use the trigger finger for that one shot. Guys like Jeff Snowden, who, like, I want to hit that dude and make the BB just arc right into easy 6. Then you got guys who want to play Jason Hayes and Sonny from freaking SEAL Team, and they want to kit up and be pipe hitters. Hey, we've got it there for you too.
Yep.
You want to be a specialty unit, and you want to be able to live out of your rucksack and go and start forward. We've got that there for you. So we've got all levels in our events. Now we have the mortar teams. The guys are like, oh yeah, you mean to Sal, I don't need to do trigonometry to hang rounds on target. No, we give you the answers on a chart.
One of the things, I think I talked to you about this, like a lot of guys around here, when we start talking to them about going from pickup games and all that to starting to go to Milsons, look at look at how you want to play the game. If you just want to be a rifleman, here's your kit, and it's an easy kit, fairly easy kit to build out. There you go. But maybe you
Right.
want something else. You might want to be a grenadier. That's your whole thing. Okay, so you got a gun that fights you close in and does all that kind of stuff. But your whole job is vehicles, groups of guys,
Yeah.
buildings, all that kind of stuff. You're a different kind of support. Build your kit for that. Build your kit for your support gunner. Build your kit for your long gunner. If that's who you want to build the kit for that. Don't just grab some gun and some gear and throw some things in and off you go. Play
Yeah.
the role. You went out there to do it, might as well. And
And you
nobody's gonna make fun of you because we're all the idiots out there doing it anyway.
so
So
what I love of like watching when you bring you truly deploy a community with you. So when you guys come up, you usually have yourself running a very particular platform. You got Dom running one. You've got other, everyone's running you may have a couple of riflemen, but you usually see a good community that'll have a cross section of weaponry,
yeah,
and it really works well. I mean,
it
it
does.
really works well. Um, you know, I love Lucky. Bring spares. Bring spares for your spares. We had a cat that showed up to. I want to say it was Iron Fury. Every gun he brought broke.
Yeah.
Went and bought a gun. We got him on. It was like, hey, dude, we'll chrono. Ghost had the chrono open all the time, so it was like, either go see Junkies or go see Chrono. And they'll chrono you and they'll get you back on the field. Um, you know, to me, guns go down. It's airsoft,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
It's kind of like scaled in versus real life, right? Where every 30 BBs is one real bullet. Um, Weapons generally fail at around the 3,000 round mark, real firearms, right?
Yep.
Oh, gee, your gun went down after 300 rounds. It happens. Kit failure, because a lot of guys are running good kit. I don't like this pouch over here after all. Great, move it.
Yep.
I'm not carrying enough mags, or I'm carrying too many mags. You look like that. You look like one Kurdish commando that's got 90 mid caps on him. It's like, you don't need that many mags, dude.
Yep.
But this is a great opportunity to scope and scale your kit and try it out. We're seeing guys that do a lot of firearms training and going, hey, Sal, I'm seeing this force on force thing. How far does one of your guns shoot? And we go outside and he's like, oh yeah, this would be great. I'm like, okay, here's a training package.
Yep.
Come out to one of our events and see how big force on force runs. Yeah, absolutely. Airsoft will teach you about gear that a flat range could never.
I don't know if you ever heard me
Absolutely.
say it before. I tell when they come into the store to buy stuff, I have to set myself up in a very particular way because I don't have a lot of real estate. Like
Right.
I objects look bigger on TV. I am not this tall. I'm sitting very high up in this chair. I have to be very conscious of how many mags and where my radio, because if I have to bend over, now I'm stuck. I can't
Yeah,
I
and
can't
I
move.
can't get to it.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
to be very conscious of that. And my son, who is almost 10 inches taller than I am, doesn't have that problem. He's helped me set my kit up though, because he's aware that I need things to be in a certain place.
Right.
So if you
And
don't know
then
what you're doing, get somebody who does, by the way.
and then it
That's
also goes back to your role. If you are a leader, you need to like force yourself. And of course, my guys, Snick and everybody will tell you, Sal likes to lead from the front, much to his detriment. So I generally try not to carry too
no
much,
idea what you're talking about.
um, because if I'm carrying way too much kit, then or too much, like I should be carrying more of a command and control setup, not 6 magazines, because Sal's going to stay in the fight longer than he should. Or like when we went to the mall up in Raleigh,
Yep.
we knew that we were going to be slinging a lot of BBs,
Yeah.
so carrying a lot more ammo was kind of a thing. So yeah, Papa was built to be a tank commander. Yes,
Funny you should
tankers.
say that.
Yeah, some people are not made to be in a Bradley. So not for me. But tank great. So getting back to the setup and what your role is. all the guys who are independent players, they show up and go, don't have a team, don't know anybody. Great. Buy a ticket for Alpha Company, Baker Company, Easy Company, Chaos, Dagger,
Yep.
Fight. You know, you're going to join another 50 other people, and they're going to welcome you. We have some, I say it a lot, we have the best players in Airsoft, man.
Oh, for sure.
Dudes who are like, hey, what company you in? I'm in Easy. Hey, then you
Yep.
come over and it's like all of a sudden you're among. It's like you guys have been working together all this damn time. You know, so getting back to what Colt was saying, you know, yeah, Western has a very established leadership base.
Mhm.
You know, Craig and the crew out there, phenomenal guys. They have been in build for 7 years. Okay. We sat down, did the math, and we said, okay, these guys have been at it for 7-8 years on average. Okay. Eastern has gone through some significant growing pains, but I think Eastern now has the DNA established for a very good command post. You got guys like you've got Wendell Run coming up,
Yep.
phenomenal. He did a great job at Gladius as Imperial 6. He didn't have his staff with him, but he did have the Texas XO. Paul Zapp was with him, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Truth be told, a lot of the Eastern command staff was overplaying OPFOR, but that's okay because they were learning at an exponential rate as well. So guys like Colt, CRISPR, yourself, you had guys that were over there that when they came back over from being OPFOR, I think you guys learned at the pace.
Oh yeah.
The contact. Yep. Control the terms of the engagement, and when you cannot control those terms, get the hell out of there.
Yep.
And I think that was one of the big lessons learned from the OpForce perspective at Gladius, where if I don't control the engagement, I shouldn't be here anymore. It's like, ooh,
Yep.
good one.
I can say from my point of view, and you know this, obviously, I've been running a leadership position for like a year and a half now, I think. Maybe more, something like that.
A little bit more than that.
Whenever Justin gave Chaos over to me, and then it just grew from there. And I've been asking nicely for a little while if I could take that break. And that's the nice thing is that we have enough people that want to meld and move and want to give it a try and want to do all that. That this time, I am part of a crew. We're actually we're a recon unit, and I'm going with the guys that I went with to Gladius as
Right.
Op 4. We're taking everything we learned there, and now we're a recon unit. And I'm not in charge of anything. We're just a unit.
And it's a great feeling. And then the one thing we haven't gotten right in the Army, I'll go down that road here in a second. Seconds passed. Okay. What we haven't gotten right is we rotate people out and we move them, we take them away. We divorce that knowledge base away from the unit.
Yep.
So it's like, and he's out of command and he's gone. And you go, holy crap, that dude had probably, understands the big picture like no one else, burned out as a commander, and now you're going to make him leave. Or that sergeant comes out of that position and he's gone. And so you literally have to do a reset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's
I'll come back to command again. I promise.
Oh yeah.
I just need a minute to be dumb.
And you do but you do need that bench. You need that bench. That's why good sports teams have a good bench. We know teams out there, Dallas Cowboys, that have no backup quarterback. He goes down. That's it. The season's over. And you don't want to be, a point of, we like to call a single point of failure. And so getting back to one of the guys was asking me about bikes and skateboards, electric bikes. I'm like, hey guys, we've seen it before as far back as World War I and World War II. An entire Japanese regiment mounted on friggin' bicycles. My 19 Delta is asking for where the motorcycles were that were on our MTO back in the 2000s. I had Lithuanian SOF when I was in Afghanistan come up riding off the back of a Chinook helicopter on dirt bikes. I'm not saying dirt bikes are allowed. That's not what I'm saying. But if you want to bring your e-bike, I think somebody brought an electric scooter. Hey man, whatever covers the ground, just get off it before you get hit. And no, you can't be killed only by tag-ins. So
I realized we didn't get a chance to come back to the thing I wanted to talk about, but I actually had an idea, and I'm gonna say it here, and we'll see if we can. I'd love to see. I don't know if Lucky's ever willing to come on camera, but him, yourself, Snick, maybe even Coach, get some guys. I want to have a conversation about that, a whole conversation, though, and get the different points of view from guys who are
yes,
completely behind the scenes, the guys that are hybrid, to all that. I'd love to have that conversation and get people involved in it because I think, especially the points of view that a lot of guys have about get the players in, get them involved, talking
right,
about that to see where we went, where we are, where we're going. I think it would be a great conversation to have.
yeah, and Cole Helton, who's running Eastern? Run, Wendell.
Yeah. Yep.
Wendell's got it.
He's gonna
Wendell,
kill it this year.
I
Yep.
always joke around, but Wendell's always been the man behind the man.
Mhm.
Solid in terms of intelligence, analysis, thinking 2 steps ahead. He just needed that. Hey, dude, you got some good intuition. You've got some really, really great experience. He's a prior Army, 13 Bravo field artilleryman. Um, like, dude, you got it. You're off to the races, kick ass. And now, not only that, you have the backbone of CRISPR, and you've got Colt in there with Commo that's working. You got TDZ, that's bringing in more heat in terms of vehicle support. Um, trailers are a no go at Guardian Center. Sean, I know you're asking. Now, if you're going to use the trailer to get your guys to the Alpha Alpha and the kit over to the Alpha Alpha, that's fine, but then you got to drop the trailer. You can't move tactically with a trailer. The insurance is kind of worried someone's going to get pinched or tossed. So, yeah, I'd love to have I'd love to have a roundtable discussion with all the cool guys. There's change coming, and I'll mention it here. We mentioned on the Discord, light machine guns versus medium machine guns. We're looking at if it's a 7.62 and higher replica, then you can elevate it to DMR to 2.12 joules, giving that heavier machine gun more reach. Not at Series Viking, it'll be Fury when this goes into effect. And if it's a 5.56 replica, then it stays at 1.86. So you now have a differential in terms of light machine gun.
1.6 or 1.8?
1.86.
Yeah,
which is our standard light machine gun rules right now.
Yep.
So
and that's your strikes and things like that. We'll stay around that. Okay.
Yeah. So anything that's 5.56 or 5.45 or 7.62 by 39, it's a lighter round. It's a squad automatic weapon, or now if you're going to be running a PKM, a 240, an M60, Mark 48, you're running something that's bigger caliber, the M250, which is 6.8. Not that I know of a company coming out with an M250 in the next couple of months, but it's coming. You should be able to, throw some heat a little bit further. And we've already got the classes established, so and then the same thing goes with DMRs. If it's a Mark 12, 5.56, 7.62 by 39 based SPR, then it'll fall under 1.86. And if it's a 7.62 and bigger build, then it's going to go up to.
Okay. I like that. All right.
Yeah. So we're parting the ways, sort of, because it already exists. 1.86 existed here. 2.12 already existed here. We're just going to throw the replicas like we did the
definitely opening up more, and I like that because there were guys that wanted those 5.56 DMRs and things like that. They were like, oh, but I can't. Yes, you can. Here's what your MED is now.
Right. Yordi's asking, are side by side allowed? Side by sides have always been allowed. They just gotta have an enclosed cabin. Side by sides are always tricky, man, because they don't carry dismounts very well. They only carry like 2 guys in the back. So,
Let's see, best followers. Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
best
yeah.
leader is absolutely the best follower. Gotta
And
be.
Lord knows, Lucky and I, we've been to some events where we're just like in a squad, you know. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm just playing a squad leader this weekend. What? Yeah, that's it, dude. You know.
Yep.
You know, just tell me where we're going to go, and I'll get my guys there.
You need that. You need that mindless reset. You need that. You need to be just a grunt for a little while.
Yeah.
Get yourself back. I told Wendell, give me a little bit, and I'm going to come up to your S2. Like
Yeah.
I just need a minute to. Dom and
Yeah.
I are coming up on Wednesday, together, and it actually gives me a little vacation with my son,
Yeah.
who all this started with, and we get to play together. And our crew is simply a recon crew. He's leading it more than I am because he was the scout. He was the
Yeah.
Delta. So we're gonna be doing that, and I get a chance to actually play with him without having to walk around
So,
with 3 radios going. You know,
so,
so
so, so on Thursday, you guys are like participating in the civil disturbance film. You know, you guys can like carry signs. You know, no blood for oil.
Yep.
You know, yo soy not illegal. You know, so yeah, and no, it'll be good, man, because I call it re-bluing, re-greening.
Yeah.
When guys are like, hey, let me just be the Gumby, you know, shooter this time.
That's it.
And I think leaning forward, when you guys go to Fury, you know, we dropped the teaser for Fury last night because it picks up exactly where Fury paused.
Nice.
So Eastern's got to fight in 2 different directions, and it's got to send guys up into Carmia. So,
Yeah.
you know, there's so many moving parts there. So you're going to have a good command post to manage all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, Western's going to have to like split effort, man, because they're starting off, you know, bookends, and boats, and they've got to go up north into Carmia too. And no, when you guys both go up to Carmia, you're not working together. You're going to be going up to Carmia independently. The Carmians are assholes. They hate everybody.
It won't stop. It won't. I promise. All right. Final thoughts. Closing thoughts. What do you got? What do you want to say?
Serious Viking 12. I don't know.
I listed it as 2026 because I didn't see a number. It's that.
Yeah.
You keep counting numbers, it makes you feel old.
I think it's number 7. Serious Viking 7. Lucky number 7. Yeah, it's 7. Don't miss out. Guardian Center, one of the premier AOs. The map is already out there. Warno 1. Dagger Company's already sold out. We've already got a unit sold out this early in the game.
Join chaos. Join chaos.
Join chaos. Run with this guy. Still plenty of room in the specialty units if you want to get on board with a specialty camo and run with a special unit. Ticket price will increase unless Santa Claus has something to do with it. So 15 December, ticket price goes up unless Santa Claus decides to do us a favor. So keep wishing. Let's see if anybody got the number. Let's see.
All right.
I don't see the number there.
No.
No.
Let's see. 15, 17, 21. You guys got 30 seconds to guess. And
Yep.
we're going to call it. Some of these guys that came in late didn't even know what was happening, but golden ticket between 1 and 25.
Yep.
Guess that number, throw it up in there. You got about 20 seconds left.
Yeah. I'll let you see what I see. Let's see. Lucky's like, damn, Dagger is sharp this event. I see what you did there.
And then we got 13. And we got whatever. Is that 31 or 3 with an exclamation point? I don't have my glasses on.
Well, he's saying 1, 2, 5, 3, sir, 3. Armando says 8. Werewolf says 23.
Okay.
Guys are all over the place. Christina Hall 10.
8 and 10 are I think the only 2 that we didn't have before, but
yeah, everyone's kind of throwing up some numbers here.
And time. Anybody get it?
Sean Meadows, you are the closest. You are the closest. The number was 7.
7. Yep. Nobody
Yeah.
I went through and nobody got a
Louis
7.
Marino came in late. He's like, oh. So
All right.
Sean Meadows, man, you got it. Number 7. You came in at 8. The price is right. So good job.
You got his info to reach out to him. You want him to reach out to you?
Yeah, I got Sean's
Okay.
Contact information.
Congratulations, Sean.
Congratulations,
awesome.
man. Tier 1 and main event ticket. So yeah. Last thing, if you are interested in supporting us on Friday with the civil disturbance operations promo video, give us, but only if you can make it, because you're gonna have to make it there Thursday night so you can support it on Friday morning. Or if you're gonna arrive before 09 on Friday morning, give us a shout out at TCA at thirdcoastairsoft.com. So I can start tracking. We need 200 volunteers. So
This was great. I'm actually excited for not only the event but for the roundtable. Now I really want to do that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. As always, Sal. Thank you. I cannot wait for this one. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I will see you the next time.
Yes.
Take care.
Pretty easy.